Hello, this is Muhammad Muqtadir Ahmed. Today we have Mr. Mohsin with us. We will share IELTS tips to score better bands. He is co-founder and CEO of True Skills Transformation Private Limited.
Hello, my name is Abdul Mohsin and today I'm going to talk about IELTS reading. IELTS reading is one of the toughest examinations, and now I'm going to talk about how you people can get better bands in IELTS reading. IELTS reading examination is for 60 minutes. In this you have 3 passages and you need to answer 40 questions. Now how to answer these 40 questions? The first thing, you got to start the test from the last passage, which means you got to do it the reverse way, and second last, and finally the first one. So start with the last passage, second last, and the first one. Most of the people, they start with the first, then they go for the second, and the last is the third passage. So I want you people to do the reverse way so that you will be saving a lot of time, because in 60 minutes answering 40 questions, reading somewhere around 4,000 words is impossible. Now, coming to the tips. First, I'm going to give you a 6-step formula. We'll start with the analysis part. The most important thing is you need to read the title and you have to understand the title. For example, if we have a title called School Life, so this passage will talk about children going to school, talk about the school management, we'll talk about the holidays, vacation, and the games, sports and stuff, transportation and blah blah blah. So what you gotta do is, once you're done with title analysis, you gotta get into the question types. So we have got different types of questions which include true, false, not given, yes, no, not given, headings, fill in the blanks, multiple choice questions, labeling, and also one-word answer. So focus on the type of questions you're gonna come across, and then you have to do question analysis, which means you gotta read the question, you have to understand the question, and try and underline the keywords. Your keywords are going to be nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Don't pay attention to small words like prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. So, if you take any passage, first thing you're reading the title, you're trying to understand the title, and then you're going to the question type. That's the second step. So, try and understand what type of questions you're going to come across. Once you're understanding, or once you're done with the understanding of the question type, try to read the question and underline the keywords in the questions. Your keywords, I'm repeating, nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Once you're done with this, you have to scan, skim, and search for the keywords in the passage. And if you do that, you will be saving a lot of time, because I don't want you to read everything. If you're going to read the complete passage, sometimes again you got to go back to the question, again you got to come back to the text, so you're wasting a lot of time doing the duplication of the work. So just try and find out the keywords in the passages or the synonyms of the keywords, and then read the complete sentence. That's what you call point-to-point reading. If you read the complete sentence, you would understand whether it is in the same context or not. Most of my students, they come to me and they ask me, sir, we have got a problem with true, false, and not given. So I'm just going to tell you how to do true, false, and not given. Once we are done with the 6-step formula, we are moving to true, false, and not given. So in true, false, and not given, they will confuse you, with yes, no, and not given also. So first, read the statements. These are not questions actually. These are called the items or the statements. So read the statements and try to convert those statements into questions. Once you convert those statements into questions, you would get an assumed answer, which means you are trying to guess the answer. Try to guess the answer. Maybe you can write true, or you can write false, or you can write not given. And once you're done with that, again you have to go back to the text with your keywords, apply your SSS formula, that's scan, skim, and search, and also do PTTR, point-to-point reading. Once you're done with that, go for the CCC formula. That is confirm. If the information matches, you gotta confirm. And if the information contradicts, you gotta write false or you gotta write no. And when you're confused, simply write not given. So I hope I have explained you true, false, and not given, and also I have given you an outline how to do the complete test. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. How can one score 9 bands in reading?
The most important thing is you have to apply your common sense. Most of the people, they don't apply common sense and they focus too much on language part. I would advise you not to focus too much on language part because the content that you're going to get, this content would be taken from some magazines like National Geographic and Discovery and so on. So don't focus too much on the content. I want you to focus on your common sense. Apply your common sense and try to find out the answers.
Okay, how to get how much time will you get to answer this reading part?
We'll get 60 minutes to this, and in the 60 minutes, you have to attempt the test, and also you got to transfer the answers. Try to use pencil and avoid using pen, because if you're going to use pen, you will be doing too much of marking in your question paper, and you will be confused. So instead of using pen, you can better use a pencil to mark the things.
Okay, can you give just that triple S formula and PTPR full forms?
Okay, the triple S stands for scan, skim, and search. Okay, and your PTPR is point-to-point reading, which means we are reading full stop to full stop.
Okay, and most people are confused in headings. So for that, can you give some tips?
Certainly, I would like to give some tips for headings. Just take this off. If we have the paragraphs available, because most of the passages would have the paragraphs. Let's say I've got paragraphs A, B, and C. And here I've got statements 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 statements. Now, the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to read all the statements and I'm trying to get the keywords from the statements. And I will form an opinion about that particular statement. Now, coming to the paragraphs, I will read the first 2 sentences of the paragraphs and the last 2 sentences of this particular paragraphs. So, my answers are going to be there in the first 2 sentences or the last 2 sentences, provided you need to have good understanding of the paragraph and you need to get the correct keyword. The moment you get the correct keyword, you will be able to match the headings with the paragraphs. So this is how you're going to get all paragraphs correct.
Okay, thank you Mohsin for your time.
You're very welcome. Thanks.
Okay, sir. Now, can you give information about TrueSkills, where it is, and how to come to TrueSkills? Is there any options of Google Maps available?
All right, I got your question. Well, I started this organization way back in 2015, and with the help of my spouse, we have launched this company, and I'm the co-founder, and my spouse is also the co-founder of this very organization. We have started this organization with a very simple mission that we will certainly help the people to grow, and by bringing transformations in their lives, we are trying to help the people. And I think so far we have been successful. We have trained more than 12,000 people from 2015, and the journey will go on. So here we offer almost 50 courses, but the popular courses are Ielts, PTE, American English, Communication Skills, and Management Skills. So these are our popular courses, and on and off we train some around 60 to 70 students every month, and we try to produce better results because here we have got 2 types of trainings, subjective and objective-based training. So when we talk about Ielts, PTE, OET, these are the objective-based courses. Coming to the language part and communication, we focus more on the subject part.
Okay, and where is your institute?
Well, when we talk about the head office, it's located at Tobichok. It's on the main road, Mumbai Highway. It's opposite to Ratnati, and we are here in this building, Yunus Plaza, from 2015, and we are on the top floor. And we have got other branches also. We have got our branch in Mehdipatnam, Attapur, and also Langar House. So we are, trying to scale Hyderabad.
Okay, nice to hear.
Yeah.
And can you tell the different modules of IELTS?
Well, we have got different modules in IELTS. We have got IELTS academic for the people who are planning to go on study purposes. Then we have IELTS general, that's for neutralization and also for migration. And we have got IELTS UKVI academic and general. This is exclusively for UK. And the last one is Ielts life skills, which is not very popular, of course, but still like people they are writing it, right? That's what like people who have got their relatives living in UK and they have to go for this Ielts life skills.
And what were things like reading, writing, and can you tell about them also? Like this point to point.
Well, we talk about Ielts examination. Ielts examination is a 2-day examination, okay, and it has 2 forms. One is a pen and paper form, and another one is a computer-based form. So when I talk about pen and paper, most of the people would like to go for pen and paper because they're not good in terms of their keyboard skills. But these days, people are working on keyboard skills, and they would like to go for the computer-based examination. There are 2 add-ins for Ielts. One is British Council, and another one is IDP. So this course or this examination started by Cambridge University way back in 1980s, and from 1982 it has become extremely popular, and the certificate is valid in almost 40 countries for Ielts. And to talk about the duration of the examination, it's going to be somewhere around 2 hours 45 minutes, because to start with speaking, it's 11 to 14 minutes of test, wherein we have got 3 parts. Introduction and interview, your cue card, that's your impromptu speech, and finally a discussion round. So if you practice a lot, right, if you go to YouTube channels, if you do some of your homework, and you take some formal training, because you need a trainer to evaluate your paper and give you the feedback, I'm sure you're going to get better bands. Coming to listening part, you have to train your ears to understand the accent that the native speakers have, because normally when we talk about or when we talk, we don't have any accent, but those people, they have the accent and they use the accent. So it is important for you to read between the lines and get the clues. They will give you the clues. They are professional voiceover artists, and they try to intone on the keywords or the answers. So when you actually do listening, read the questions very carefully, and don't wait for the course to be done, right? While listening to the audios, you have to attempt the questions. So you have got 40 questions in this in 30 minutes, plus you would get 10 minutes extra to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Reading, I have just explained to you about reading. So reading is going to be 60 minutes of test. We have got 3 passages in it, and we need to answer 40 items. Coming to writing, there's a difference between IELTS Academics and IELTS General. In IELTS General, we have got a letter and 1 essay, whereas in IELTS Academic, we have got a graph or a picture or a diagram that you got to describe in 150 words. You would get 20 minutes for this, and essay, you would get 40 minutes. So you have got different types of essays. Normally, I classified essays in 11 types. Okay, so we have got argument essays, we have got discussion essays, advantages, disadvantages, double question, and so on. So I believe that the most important thing in IELTS is understanding the structure, and you've got to practice a lot, because practice makes a man perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.